I don't know who needs to hear this. I think some of you do, some of you don't. Life is going to test you. Every decision you make in your life, good or bad, has a consequence. It's as simple as that, and it sounds simple, but it's really not. You take your life and look at it in retrospect of what you have and where you're at. And I'm not measuring on wealth, but what's your personal experience of how joyous you are? Isn't it interesting that there are so many angry people in this world? Where do they find solitude? In what? Do they find their solitude in making other people angry? Some do. And it's okay for them to do that because those people are teaching other people a lesson of how not to be, a lesson of how not to provoke other people. And it's not just people, it's things, it's stuff that happens. It's stuff that happens to us on a daily basis that reminds us of who we are, be it good or bad. Someone may cut you off in traffic, cursing them out the window, screaming at them. And what is your intention at that point? You're so full of anger and rage because somebody either made a mistake or intentionally was acting like an ass. But that's on them, isn't it? It's not on you. It's not on you how people treat other people either. It's not on me. It's not on you. I say let people walk their paths because they're here to learn lessons too. Their life might be a lot more difficult than we can even comprehend because of all that internal noise they're experiencing in their head. Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? Why did I make this decision? It's a constant flow. It's circular. And it'll always go back to that same point of why me? Why anything? I guess my main point is, if we let others dictate our actions, our anger internally, who are we? I learned a great lesson over the weekend. I walked into a situation where I was full of love and joy, and I wasn't going to let any type of situation get to me, but I already knew that the situation was going to go to hell anyways. It's because I know those people's personalities, and I know how they gaslight. So they're looking for this type of energy, this type of fixation on getting a rise out of me, or even my family. But I knew that was going to happen, and I told them beforehand, look, it's not going to be a good idea for me to walk into this situation because of all of the different history that has taken place, because of your beliefs and my beliefs. A lot of people don't have a clear conscience, so they have to take out their aggression, their misfortunes on the way they've acted to other people on you. And that isn't fair to you or anyone else. But how do you deal with that? My advice? Ignore it. Walk away. Don't let them gaslight you. Be as peaceful as possible. And that's a hard thing to do, because I failed at it. I was gaslit to oblivion. They were dropping bombs left and right, and I was laughing. I was having a good old time. I was not letting anything happen that I didn't want to happen until I was outmaneuvered. Sophisticatedly outmaneuvered. No longer was this about a political ideology or religious dogma. It was about a personal issue. How dare you? And I failed. I dared. I dared. And shame on me. I apologized. But that wasn't good enough, was it? That apology was not good enough because there was no satisfying that hunger for more energy. They wanted more out of it. You're right. I agree. I am sorry. I love you. And that was it. That's all it took for them to reply with me being passive aggressive. But my intents were true. I apologized. I was out of line, sure. Making a joke out of something that wasn't supposed to be. Actually, it was kind of funny in my opinion. But it was genuinely just making a mockery of abuse, an abuse that was occurring at that time. And, someone was already looking for an item that was already discussed. But then the person who was gaslighting yelled at that person, get it now. And I'm like laughing. I'm like, now, get it now. And I slapped my hand together. Get it now, And wow, what a sarcastic asshole I was. Absolutely. But the fact that the person was already looking for it triggered something in me. It triggered an emotional response that was automatically coming out of my mouth. And that wasn't right. Because I really didn't have a place to do that. Sure, it was funny, but that's where I lost. So everything in life, whether it's small or big, it's a test. It really is. It shows me that if we move into a particular direction one way or another, there's always going to be a counteracting force to something, some way, somehow. Move with good intention. And even when you do, you'll be tested. Accept it. Move past it. Move on. And understand you'll be okay. One of the hardest practices to master is mastering your emotional state. Someone I listen to on a regular basis says people become idiots when they get mad because you're letting your body control you instead of you controlling your body. So you become an idiot. I wasn't mad up until the point until I was called out. Me, I, ego. But the hate seething off of that person was definitely original. The look, the pure hatred. And I guess that really got to me. It touched me. And when you start experiencing these awakening moments in your life, you're attuned to different things, really. Intuition, empathy, compassion. And when you start becoming more empathetic, you pretty much open up the path to being an empath. You know other people's emotional states. Sure, sometimes it's dictated by body language, but sometimes you can walk into a person's house and there's negative energy that you could cut with a knife. And you just know all hell's gonna break loose. Not that you're intending it to. Not that you want it to, because you've come there with love. But it's because all of the instances in that person's life, all of their failures and all of their conquests that they've achieved have led up to that certain point in their life where they just want to tell you how you're a piece of shit. And that's fine. But I'm here to tell you, you're not a piece of shit. I'm here to tell you, you're a divine human being with a beautiful soul, and that no matter what anybody says to you, keep on smiling, keep on living your life. Learn the lessons, because that's what we need to do. Love you. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. I got more content coming on the way.
No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path.